Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Evil Genius! Now, I'm kind of doing this as a test. I'm doing this to gauge interest, I think. There's a chance I'm not going to do it, because this is going to be a difficult LP. And I guess I'll explain why once the game starts, but I figure, throw out a test game and we'll see what happens. I have 2 LPs going on. I don't like to have 3, because then it takes forever for them to come out. But, once Limbo is over, I gotta start something. And this could be it, if people like it. So I guess I'll just show you the intro, show you the basic mechanics, and see what people think.
Right, listen up, team. There have been reports of a new player in the underground. We don't know who it is. We know they're organized, motivated, and building a team of henchmen and minions, the like of which the world has never seen before. This person is attempting to become an evil genius.
Sir!
What is it, Perkins?
Would you say that the evil genius would have an underground lair, sir?
It would appear not, Perkins. However, I fear it's only a matter of time.
What do evil lairs look like, sir?
Well, Perkins, if I were to build an evil lair, not that I would, you understand, I'd design an evil lair, the like of which the world had never seen. Probably build it into a mountain, Perkins, underground. Throw in a barracks for the men, and a control room to organize the away teams. And a strong room, of course, store all my ill-gotten gains. Probably have to build some recreation items for the men. They get disloyal, you know, maggots.
Would you build traps, sir?
Hundreds of them, Perkins. Don't want agents snooping around while you're taking over the world. And I'd build a cover operation to hide the base from prying eyes. Camouflage, that's the key.
It's a good thing you're not an evil genius, sir.
Don't be such a damn fool, Perkins. Right, team, you have your orders. Get out there and find me a madman.
So, very cool intro. Basically, how do I explain this? It's like a base-building management game. And I figure, the fans of Rebuild might like me might like seeing me play something like this, because there's sort of similarities. There's sort of similarities. It's that type of game. You build up a little base, you have a bunch of minions, and you try to take over the world! Now, there are 3 different evil geniuses that you can choose from. I've already decided who I'm going to pick. Definitely. Now, the music is epic here, by the way. But there are 3 evil geniuses. We have Maximilian, who's, due to a glitch in his game, his special ability is actually broken. So you don't get a special ability for him. But on my practice playthrough, I played as him, so I will not be picking him. And Alexis, she has the ability to make it so that the loyalty of all minions decreases slower, which is extremely useful. Like, it's a great power. Also, each evil genius has a range where if a minion sees them, their stats will increase. Her range is larger than any other evil genius by a lot. And then we have Shen Yu, which is almost the villain from Mulan, but he is the villain that I'm going to play as. He's the one that I picked the first time I ever played. I've beaten this game 3 times, so I've played as each evil genius. But his ability is that he can make people leave, evil agents, justice agents, leave earlier, and that's extremely useful. The other thing that choosing your evil genius is dependent on is that it determines which henchman you start out with. And Maximilian has the best henchman, hands down. But we're going to go with Shen Yu. There is a well, let's see how this episode goes. There's a possibility, I was going to put it up to a vote, but I didn't know how to put it up to a vote without starting, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be Shen Yu. He's got a good ability, he's an interesting character. He looks kind of weird in this picture, but I like him. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I don't know how I'm going to edit any of this. Because, it probably took me 30 hours to go through my practice run, and not a lot happens. It's just, I'm not efficient. And I was debating doing the tutorial just to show this, but here is Shen Yu. Haha. And there's little video hints that you can get.
You are the epitome of evil, and the single flaring spark of genius, who will one day have the entire world basking in your radiance. Until then, keep safe at all costs. If you die, who will be left to lead the world to greatness? You have the ability to boost the importance of orders, and can summarily execute members of your workforce who displease you.
Now, the only way that you get game over in this game is if your evil genius dies, so you need to be very careful. But if you see this little radius around me, that is my radius of influence. Do you see these little arrows? The blue ones are for loyalty. The purple ones are for attention. They're constantly going up. But first, as I talk, I should be constructing a little bit, because a lot of this game is waiting for things to happen, waiting for your henchmen to do things. So there shouldn't be any time where I'm not assigning someone to do something. That'll be a corridor. Let's just cut it over here. And notice we're carving this base directly out of a mountain, which I just think is amazingly badass. And we'll have another entrance over here, I think. Yoop. Okay. Now, where's there's a helicopter there. I think that's where minions go to buy things. There should be a helicopter and boat. It's good to have your entrances near those because it makes things quicker. So that'll be good.
Room construction underway.
So the building isn't going to start be constructed until I unpause this right here. But if I click this,
Room construction unpaused.
minions will go and take my money and go to the airport and buy supplies. The supplies in this case are dynamite that will blow up the mountain because we're carving this base directly into a mountain. And it's cool when you don't hover in it. This is how it looks from the outside. It just looks like a freaking mountain. And my objective screen is indicating these are what I need to do. To start out with, very simple. I need to ensure a healthy workforce and get a barracks. I need to start an act of infamy, I guess. And well, it turns out there's some investigators on the island. Those would be indicated as red dots in this map over here. Yep, they're propelling in, and they are a feeble investigator. And I have another video clue.
Use these buttons to quickly select the evil genius and cycle through your henchmen. Left-clicking selects and moves the camera to their position. Right-clicking just...
I don't know, that's not very interesting. But I'm not going to deal with those investigators left. I'm not doing anything suspicious yet. Unless they go in here and they see my massive amount of gold, that might be a bit suspicious. But I gotta wait for them to build this. Oh, and here's my henchman. Haha! Lord K. He is who I start out with. I would say he's the second best of the starting henchmen.
Henchmen are the most powerful weapons in your arsenal. In addition to their standard attacks, all henchmen have 3 special abilities. They all start with the Gather Minions ability, which rallies nearby minions round them for a short time period. Their 2 unique abilities can be unlocked by the accumulation of experience points, gained by killing agents or by having your henchmen participate in successful acts of infamy. You start the game with a single henchman. As you gain notoriety, more will become available through special acts of infamy. Your notoriety is of course important when trying to attract henchmen, as they are a vain bunch who will only work for an evil genius they respect.
Now, you can't control any of the characters except for the evil genius and your henchmen. This guy is a construction worker. You can't control construction workers, or any of the minions.
Construction workers are your basic minions. They are the only workers capable of building new rooms and objects. But don't worry about their safety too much. They are expendable, and new recruits can always be found. Construction workers are also quite useful in a fight, if only as cannon fodder.
So I have to, tell them to do things like build the house, but I can't, select him and be like, do it now. I have to wait. And that's being constructed good. The henchman, however, I can control. I can be like, move here. Attack this guy. So that's an odd aspect of it. And let me see here. Can I get a... There's also personal descriptions for everyone. This is my, this is my description for him. Should I go to the world domination screen? Can I? I can't yet. Alright, so everything will happen here. Eventually, I'll be sending minions out into the world so that they can complete acts of infamy to get me more money and stuff. But here's the minion build panel. Eventually, I'll be able to branch out and get new types of minions. And let's increase the capacity to 5. But right now, I only have construction workers. I have to do something special to get more types of minions. I can only have a maximum of 5 minions, but in order to get more, I need a bunker. So that is actually the first thing that I have been instructed to do. So, let's see here. How will this work? Do I have enough space here? I don't know that I do. That's going to be a really tiny bunker, but let's do it for now. I'm just going to put a bunch of lockers in there. And every single time you put a locker in your base, then you get another maximum minion. Later on, like, you also get, the maximum also increases by getting more infamy, which you do from completing acts of infamy. But at the beginning, you just want a crap load of lockers. Like, as many lockers as you can. Base entrances. Minions can only enter from the base. Did I built that hall wrong. Oh, that's bad. Alright, there. I'll just put it there instead. And extend... Also, I think you can blow up corridors, but... Really, be very careful when you're building things, because it's hard to go back once you've built them. And you can never get rid of an entrance, so be careful of that. You have to be careful where you place your entrances. So, in addition, what can I build here? I can build control room, barracks, and corridor. Now, the control room you want pretty deep in your base. If people see the things in your control room, they're going to get suspicious as to why in hell you have this gigantic control room. So I'm going to put this all the way over here, deep into the bowels of the base. Now, all right, let me reevaluate here. I don't really want it on the edge. This is important. These beginning corridors are going to shape your entire base for the first half of the game. So don't do things too lightly. And there can be another room here. That'll be cool. I mean, if you want to make things easier for your minions to get out, you can have, like, an entrance here, and then have all of your important stuff in the middle. But that's much harder to defend. It's much easier to defend if all of your entrances are in one spot, and it'll take agents a very long time to get and see your important stuff. Because if your agents see important stuff, things can get bad. They can start attacking and blowing up your stuff. They can report back to their country, and then their country will be like, this guy's an actual threat. We should send troops to destroy him. So this is pretty far back, I think. Let's go really far back. Also, like, confusing tunnels, like making things like a maze, also confuses agents, because they'll waste time going in places. And if you make a tunnel and there's, like, useless buildings over here, oh god. Sometimes the agents never even find the important stuff, because you've confused them too much. And that's constructed. Cool.
Rooms can be built in all kinds of shapes. It's good to leave a 2-tile-wide entrance to rooms, so that later you can place doors there. Don't forget that objects can be ordered to be built whilst a room is still in blueprint form. It's generally better to build key places such as control rooms further inside the base where they will be safer. Build base entrances near depots to increase the efficiency of object purchasing and room building.
So yeah, that's what that's about. So I gotta wait for them to build that. Let's see here. Now the stronghold should be pretty far into your base, but the farther you put it in, if you're doing my strategy of not having a second entrance, the longer it will take your minions to run out of your base and construct things. But that's not a huge concern, but it is something to think about. Well, let's do the control room. Another thing that's very easy to make... It's very easy to make this mistake, so be careful. Don't make your rooms too big at first. They don't need to be that big. Rooms can get very expensive. And if you get really ambitious and make rooms way bigger than they need to be at the beginning, you can go through way more of your money than you actually want to. And on my practice playthrough, I made that mistake a lot. So, and you can always just leave room. If I need more room in this control room, I can make it bigger. But I may never need more room. So for now, there's that. And that costs quite a bit of my money. And let's see here. We can put a control panel immediately. Oh, doors. Doors are important. Doors can be locked. That's why they're important. Like, agents won't be able to get through doors without breaking into them or waiting for one of your minions to run in, and then they run in at the same time. So it stops people from getting in places that you don't want them to get. And again, that's just extremely useful. So we're going to build 2 control panels. And a time clock, which I guess I'll explain more about later. Let's put that there. And a memory bank. Put that there. Now there's also power. Those only take 2 power. This is my power gauge. I need enough power to run everything. So at the beginning I want to make sure I don't go over that amount. And we're going to have to take care of these agents pretty soon, I think. They're being annoying, and I have instructions to kill them. So, there. New corridor. Next, they're going to start building my control room. But I really need a new storage, like a new place to put my money. I made huge mistakes with this. You really don't need to make this room big at all. You just need to fit your briefcases and your gold. But again, if I need to make it bigger later, I will. We'll go right here.
Room construction underway.
And build a briefcase rack. Let's put one here,
All construction work
one here.
busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
Okay. Whatever, you don't need to purchase it now.
Room construction
I'm not going to go evil and kill you. Let's get inside of the base. I feel a little bit exposed.
I think here.
Now, I think it's time to take care of these agents, even though they're all the way over here. We're going to have Lord K do it personally. Now, Lord K and all henchmen will get experience for doing evil things like murdering people who are just doing their job. They are also completely invincible, excluding something in one circumstance. They have 3 lives. In this certain circumstance, if something happens... Thank you, sir. Go on with your business. If they lose these 3 lives, they will die permanently. But I'm not going to have to worry about that for a while. This is Lord K's special box. He's got a thing here. I'll see if the quality is good enough for people to read this. If it isn't, I'll probably end up reading like important descriptions. But it should be. Lord K is pretty damn useful. All right, and here's why I'm a bit worried about playing this game. You notice how slow this is. They need to build all these rooms and do this. The tempo of the game doesn't really increase. The thing that increases is the danger to your base, because eventually they'll be sending really good agents that could actually screw me over. Alright, he's reached it, and I've told him to murder! Murder them! He'll probably be able to take them all out himself. Yep, because they suck. And I can now build a freezer room. Dead. 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 Whoa, what are you doing, dude? Kill him. You notice he has a little red thing around him? You probably didn't notice. But that is heat. If the agent escaped and went back to his own country, then there would be problems, because the agent would be like, hey, there's a base over here and they're doing evil things, and this is what they did. You should probably send better troops after them. So if people are suspicious, you either need to do something to distract them so that they are no longer suspicious, or kill them, or you're just going to be in more trouble. But now I can build the freezer room, and that was unlocked by killing someone. You notice that they leave body bags. Enemies do not just disappear in this. They leave body bags. And body bags have an area of influence. A blue one for loyalty, and a purple one for attention. But it's a negative thing of influence. If your troops are around this influence, they'll become less loyal, and they'll be distracted, because there's just dead bodies lying around. And that reminds them that they could die at any time, which you don't want. So you build a freezer room to hide the bodies. Let's build it... Let's build it behind my, like, bank. That's kind of funny. Bam. So this is where I'll be hiding dead bodies. I am freaking evil. I have a room filled with dead bodies. That won't block them, will it? I think it'll be fun. Cool. Alright. So yeah, I'm probably going to end the episode soon, but there's just so much I want to go over. It's kind of hard. Alright. And I should have been building more lockers. So yeah, do you want to see more of this game? Is this something you'd be interested in? I want to gauge interest here, because this is going to be... This LP's probably going to be pretty crazy. And it might take a crap load of work on my part. I'm not sure yet. Cool. But yeah, if you're interested, I'll definitely do more. If not enough people are interested, I'll probably end up doing something, but it probably won't be nearly as extensive. So, I mean, there's so much more I haven't even explained. I haven't explained about, like, stats, like everyone has 5 statistics and they can all be manipulated. I haven't explained about Acts of Infamy. I haven't destroyed... like, whatever. There's a lot more to go over if I do indeed continue this. But I am CrossKnights, and hopefully I'll see more of this if enough people want it. Later.